All right, Algebra 1, we are back again with more factoring practice. Today we will spend our last day of me going through practice problems for the bubble method. So much like yesterday, I won't spend a whole lot of time talking about each problem, a little bit less time than before. So I want you to pause the video at the start of a problem and see what you are able to do on your own. And then you can check your work and your answer with mine. So here's problem number 1. Go ahead and pause it now and try to do all the work all on your own. I'll be back in a minute with the work and the answer. All right, here is my work and answer for example 1. Needed a sum of 17. My signs needed to both be plus because I'm multiplying to a positive, adding to a positive, so same signs, both positive. I wrote out my bubbles for both 3 and 10. The bubble from 10 that matched up correctly was 2 and 5. So you can see how I multiplied between my bubbles and got a sum of 17. I wrote my answers as 2 binomials as a multiplication problem, matching up my factors from my bubbles correctly. All right, on to number 2. Pause it here if you still need more time to check your work. All right, again, I'm going to go ahead and pause it here. So you should do the same, and when I bring it back, we'll have the work for everything and the answer to the problem. So pause it now. All right, here's all of my work and my answer for number 2. You can see the sum we needed, the signs we needed, all my bubbles written out. Notice that in my bubbles, they were both negative. Those were the signs we needed. So you can see the bubbles that worked together, how I got my products that I added up to get the sum that we had needed, and how I wrote my answer in 2 sets of parentheses, or as 2 binomials. If you need more time to double check it or look over the work that is required for these, go ahead and pause the video. If you're ready, I'll move on to example 3. All right, again, you should be pausing the video again here to write down this problem and try it on your own. I will go ahead and pause the recording, and when I restart it, we'll have the answer up on the screen. All right, here we've got the work and the answer for number 3. We needed a sum of -4. We got that from that middle term. Our signs needed to be different, one positive and one negative. That's the only way we could multiply to a negative number back here. So when we showed our bubbles, of course, we've only got one option for the bubble for 3. Our bubble for -4, we could have -1 +4, switch the signs. 2 -2, we didn't rewrite that bubble because if you switch the signs, it's really the same bubble since they had the same number. That's the bubble that worked out for us, and you can see how I multiplied my bubbles and added them up to get that sum that I needed. Last thing I had to do was put that into my parentheses, making sure I lined up my smiley face and my nose correctly. All right, that's it for today's practice video. Again, if you need more time on any of these problems, rewind it, rewatch them, try them again, send me questions, and you will have an assignment on Google Classroom to complete.